All right. So in this game called One Land, One King, we're going to be playing members of the Cornovii tribe, which is part of the Cymric or Celtic British peoples that sit basically in an area called the Midlands, which is very close to Wales, but not quite Wales. It's actually not far from, if you've watched Peaky Blinders, it's like a 10-hour walk maybe to Birmingham.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So considered, further north than England or than London. England, geez. So London's like down here-ish somewhere, and you guys are way up here. Now, the general backdrop for this is just as a reminder. For the last while, you have been plagued with raiders. Your great ancestors once united with, I guess, Rome, and then eventually kind of Rome left, or predominantly left. But when it left remnants of what it used to be. So there was still a lot of Roman culture and Roman peoples in this area. There are remnants of great civitas or cities that, such as Londinium, that still remain. The one that you folks are most tied to is something called Viraconium Cornovium. So you know that it's named like it's your people. Cornoviorum is very much tied to the name of your people. Some of your people adopted the Roman culture and kind of live like Romans in this major city center. You are not those people. There are 5 great tribes of the Cornovii at this time, and then a whole bunch of minor sort of or tribes. Sorry, 5 great families, I guess would be the better way to put that. Of the Cornovii people, your family, your extended house, is one of those great families. Dave, you're from like an offshoot family of the great family. A couple of the other great families are actually of the Roman culture, and they live in that major civitas called Viraconium Cornoviorum. Don't worry, you don't have to know that too much. You can just say our people's civitas will work fine. We won't get stuck too much on names. Just want to clarify, can you all chime in? I just want to make sure you're all audio is still working for you all.
Yep.
Cool.
Present.
And then I should do, if we're going to do Flight of the Conchords, I should ask for my own attendance as well.
You probably should.
Murray, present.
Murray.
All right, so we're going to pick up kind of in the middle of things. A lot of you are wandering back in the early spring from a small sort of spending the winter in Dave's house. So I'd like to draw your attention to the family echo that has your gigantic house on it, so I can explain kind of some basics, and we'll go from there. Do you guys have the link for that, or did I fail to share that? Probably. I'll share it right now.
I don't think
see it.
Okay. I'll share it right now. There you go.
Oh, actually, you did share this.
Okay.
Or something similar. Maybe it was.
Don't get too overwhelmed. Is this worth noting that your father and your grandfather have passed? Most of the traditions of your people, especially as the pagans, like you've adopted some of Rome's reading and writing, but predominantly for those that still live the pagan lifestyle, most of your traditions are oral, which means you really only care about your ancestry dating back as far as like your grandfather, right? And then your grandfather can claim as far back as his grandfather, and so on and so on. It's not this written lineage that you might expect. You know that you're great nobles because your grandfather told you you're important people of the Cornovii, right? Obviously, you have the wealth and estate to claim it. You actually live really close to what was once like an ancient hill fort of your people that your folks have predominantly moved out of, and that hill fort's been overgrown. You have what would be considered in the year you're in, kind of like a modernish manor. So you have some of your commoner folk work your lands. You're not, it's not quite like a knight's manor as you'd expect in like the Middle Ages, but think of like a really rudimentary version of that. Your family is from Iowerth's house. Iowerth is the name of your grandfather. But Corin, which is Dave's character, you're from Philip's house. So Philip was your grandfather. You're an offshoot of the family. Specifically, Paul and Flint, your father is Dave's father's brother, but Dave's father is dead. So you have a late uncle that was Dave's father. Following me so far?
Cool, yeah, so we're first cousins.
Yeah, you're first cousins. And you are returning through the forest, just north of your hill fort, your manor. You're returning from Philip's Keep, which is basically where Dave's character lives. So, just a reintroduction of names. Dave is Corin, Flint is Gwyn, and Paul is Kian. Not Cyan. Which we'll probably say wrong multiple times through the game.
Yeah.
Think like Keegan without the G, basically. So, as you're wandering back, you are planning to return to your family's home for early spring. It's like a pagan festival. It's kind of been blended a bit with the concept of Easter from the Romans. Is there anything you want to do as you're traveling through the forest? I think Dave is escorting you back because he knows this forest very well. Otherwise, you might go off trail and end up, with a much more complicated traveling path than the simple one that Dave can guide you through.
Oh, right, okay.
Session 1 is lost in the forest trying to find our house.
Indeed.
That'd be epic.
Well, I think we just kind of make our way, meander back.
Yeah, what did we just come from again, Bob? Like, what did we just...
You're leaving Dave's house, essentially, which is a forest house where you spent the winter. Right. Like grading with your extended family, and you're returning back to your home.
And Dave is just merely escorting us there.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's basically showing us the way. Okay.
Kind of being hospitable, right? These are his lands, so he's kind of showing you back through the easy way back to your home. So.
Okay. Yeah, I can't think of anything specific.
All right.
Just kind of point out landmarks along the way and kind of do the tour thing as we're going.
Okay.
This is where me and Gwendolyn did this, and this is where
under that tree we did, and that bed of moss.
Yeah.
Oh god, it's Mambo number 5 from Dave's version.
Yeah. Cornovii number 5.
Love it.
Oh man.
All right. Why don't you give me awareness this as you're riding down the forest path?
Looking. Awareness.
What's that, Bob? I rolled a 5.
Oh, there
is
we
that
go.
Good?
Yes,
Click.
it is.
Oh wait, no.
And 1 is also good.
Oh, I can barely read that. It's 5, and then it's in white.
Click off the dark mode. As much as it sucks, yeah, that little moon.
You guys just click on awareness, and it rolls.
You just click on the button.
Okay, I did that, and then it says input value.
You just hit OK past that.
Submit. Okay. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. So that's a failure. So it'll show your success or your failure. the rules of this game are kind of like Price is Right-ish. So it's like if you succeed, all you need to do to succeed is get under the number.
Under the threshold, yeah.
If you match the threshold, you critical. And if it's contested, it's whoever got the highest roll under the threshold, if that makes sense. So
right. So if the threshold was 15 and I rolled a 14,
if you rolled a 14, you would succeed. But if Paul hit a 16 and succeeded, then he would actually win the.
This number's higher than mine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Got it. What does it mean, Bob, that my number's in
Sorry, you cut out there. Your number's in what?
blue? Like my number's blue. Like it's 515.
Nothing. This
Nothing?
is how.
Okay.
Yeah. This is how it represents it. Yeah.
Got it.
So for Flint and Paul, I think the two of you is Dave's kind of going through probably one of his tales, telling a story.
Perfect.
The two of you think you smell like smoke, like specifically, you know, something that's been burned, like maybe for like wood, something like that, and it's now kind of just the after smell of burning.
Oh wow. Is it like fairly prevalent in the air, like, or is it like light, or is
it's
it sort of,
faint?
like, fully
Yeah, it's faint.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll just pipe up then. I'll be like, does anybody else smell that?
Smoke, yeah.
Yeah.
All I smell is Old Spice.
This Old Spice I have in my hand, and he has like some kind of spices.
Fenugreek or something.
Yeah.
Literally
on my
carrying
kids.
a bunch of thyme or coriander. I'll look around, Bob. Do I see anything? Do I like notice smoke plumes? Anything like that, or even like a building of any sort?
So I'm gonna give this to Corin, even though he failed. So as you're talking about the smoke, he knows, and you kind of remember, actually. That's probably a good way to put it. I mean, you traveled this way in the fall, right, when you were going to stay for the winter in Philip's house. You realize that there was a small like hamlet, basically, in the forest that you passed by just up ahead. You can't see it from the distance, and there's no like sign of like a plume of smoke or anything.
Okay. Yeah, let the guys know. I recall there's a hamlet up ahead in that general direction, so that could be where the smoke's coming from.
We should probably check it out.
Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah, let's go.
All right. As you ride up, you kind of ride around a bend in the forest, and it starts to open up, and you can see from your heighted vantage in the distance the hamlet, or rather the remnants of it, completely burned down. Looks like it's been this way for a while because there's not like much in the way of smoke.
Right, so this fire's been burning for a while. It's on its way out, burning anyway.
Exactly.
Do we see any sign of life, Bob? Any people, animals, even, like anything?
Not from the distance you're at.
Okay. I'll be like, tell me, it hasn't always looked like this. To Corin.
I don't know. Had I ever been through here, or did I just know that there was something here?
You probably haven't passed through in the last couple of years.
Yeah, last time I was through, it was significantly less crispy. I don't know.
Yeah, let's. I'll pick up the pace a bit, Bob, then, and try and get like.
Okay.
There is somebody in there who's help. Like, I kind of fear the worst already, but
Okay.
I'm just gonna make sure my sword is loose in its scabbard.
That's a good idea.
As you enter what's left of the wreckage, you see, you start to see a number of corpses sort of frozen over from the winter. Most of them look like villagers, like commoners, like man, woman, child. No one was left. No one was spared.
Ugh.
You see a couple of the bodies that remain are not like the others. They're basically nude, and they're painted in a blue woad.
I spit on the ground.
Yeah.
Do any of you have hate picks?
No.
I might have. Where is
It'd be
that?
under your passions. If you have it.
Passions. 8 picks. I do have that.
What's it
I
at?
have hate.
Guys.
I took the opposite of what
We
these guys
hate the Irish. He hates the
Yeah.
Picts.
Yeah.
That's right.
And what?
I'm not overly fond of the Picts, though.
That's true.
What is your hate picks at, Corin? What level?
0?
It shouldn't be 0.
I don't know.
Okay.
It's a strong
It
hatred.
says 0, but I don't
Give
know.
me roll 3d6 for me then. I must not have inputted it.
Okay, 3,
High rolls, Dave.
Oh yeah.
16.
Attaboy. Attaboy.
You famously hate the picks, apparently.
Yes, they're so hairy and smelly. It offends me.
It's just such an ugly color of blue.
Yes.
So you these would be, like Dave, this hamlet would technically be in your family's territory. So these would be people that work the land for you and you benefit off them.
We need to. And these, you said these are frozen over, so
Yeah, this
it's been a while.
It's been a while.
Okay.
Anyone have anything they want to do here?
I'm gonna look around. Like I'm gonna make sure I go through every little house or remnant of, and make sure that no one's alive. Like no one's still alive. Well, not make sure. I'll kill everybody.
Yeah.
That's not-
There.
that's not-
Might as well
that's
finish the
good.
job.
Yeah. They're dealt
No,
with
I'm
what?
gonna.
Yeah, I
I'm
killed
gonna
them
look
all.
for. I'm gonna look for survivors. Anybody that might still be alive. For a few reasons, obviously, we want them to be okay, and then number 2, to potentially tell us something about what happened.
Okay. As you look around, there's kind of one building that looks just better kept than the rest. It looks like it was either put out, like it looks pretty charred, but the structural integrity remained, so it didn't collapse like a lot of the other huts did. And as you enter the door, it sort of just swings open on its own accord, right? Because it's not very well managed. And you see a little girl. She's like 3 years old, probably.
Perfect.
And she's just she's laying with like a corpse.
I'll run up there.
Okay.
I'll take off if I have whatever I have on for a coat or whatever that's over top of me, or if I have a cloak or something, I'll take it off and put it on her immediately.
Okay.
And then I'll just ask her if she's okay.
She nods, but there's like a deadness in her eyes.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not particularly I don't really know what to do other than just she's got to leave because she can't stay here.
Yeah. How does Gwyn feel about this particular
Well,
sighting?
I mean, he's not. He just doesn't know what to do, really.
Yeah, but he's
I'm
not
thinking,
emotionally charged by it in any way.
nah, not really.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look at my personality traits to see if there's anything in there that's.
I would probably be fairly angry just because of my hate level of the Picts and this being part of my land. So I would want to kind of find out, I guess, where the raid came from, and I'd probably want payback or want to make sure it's not going to happen again.
All right. You can test hunting if you want.
Okay. So I click on hunting.
Before you do. Oh no, that works. No, you're good. And I'll allow you to tick hunting. So go ahead and put a checkbox beside it.
Okay. I've done this.
Check mark.
I have hunting too. So if he starts looking, I'm gonna have a look as well.
Yeah, go for it. Perfect. And then, Flint, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna take the little girl with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can.
I'm not interested in anything else. I'm just like this poor kid. Like.
Okay. You can take a tick generous then for me.
Yeah.
All right. So I think both as both Kian and Corin start looking around together, you see that the raid came from further south, and as you follow it a little bit, it seems to veer off west, like towards the mountains more so. So you're kind of a bit more in like low hills and open plains, but as you start to go further west, it starts to move into the mountains.
Oh, okay.
Now you guys are not like where you are right now. You're only like an hour ride from your home, right? So you've been riding for a few hours. You can reach your home out of the forest pretty quick here if you need to.
Relatively quickly, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we should. I mean, I can't honestly I can't carry this kid around now. And honestly, nor do I want to.
And I don't know.
I'll carry the child.
Given the setting and stuff, I don't know if 3 dudes would just wander in to try and flush out a tribe of wildmen. So I don't know if there would.
Yeah. So
out of character, if we'd go for backup or like.
The hunting. I think the hunting roll tells you that like you would be rather outnumbered, which you'd count every one of your spears for 2 of theirs, but that still doesn't leave you good odds. Like having backup from your other cavalry would be really useful.
Okay.
And you have a number of cavalry. Anyone on the family echo, by the way, that has the word militis beside it, is a cavalryman. So you're trained on a horse. You're trained to be cavalry. Which is kind of like an advanced unit. They're not knights in this setting. Knights do not exist.
Oh, right, you told us that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd want to ride back then and whip up a posse.
I think so. I think it's a good idea.
Agreed.
My blood's probably pretty high at this point, just...
Oh, yeah. Pissed off.
Given the nature of it, yeah.
All right. And you're already famous for it, so... What was that, Flint?
Well, and I'm thinking too, like Paul said too, it's like we don't have a hatred for them, but we probably don't like them. And then on top of everything else, I'm not a fan of people killing children. Like that's just not cool.
We just have more experiences with the Irish coming across and raiding.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why don't Paul and Flint? Why don't you give me a D6 roll?
Just standard D6.
Yeah.
We both got a 5.
Okay. So you're gonna open up your sheet and you're gonna click the button Add next underneath Passions. It'll be like at the bottom of your Passions. You'll see an Add button. You click that, and you're gonna put Suspicious. Sorry, I'm telling you to put it at the wrong place. My apologies.
Oh. Okay.
Underneath your personality traits, there's an Add button. You're gonna click Add.
Personality traits. Okay, hold on.
So your personality traits end in valorous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Underneath that, there's a little add button.
Yeah.
You're gonna click add, and then you're gonna write in suspicious picks. PICTS.
Yeah. What's the value of it?
Whatever your suspicious is, +5. So if your suspicious is 10, it's a 15. And what it means is when you're making a suspicious versus trusting roll and it involves a pick, you're rolling it at +5.
Yeah, okay.
So I also have hate the Irish at 0, just like Dave hates the picks at 0.
3d6 then.
I've got hate the Irish at 15.
Well, you hate the Irish a medium amount, but whatever it happened, it's less personal for you. It's more.
It's not really that bad. They just come and take some stuff.
Yeah, it's. I think maybe with Kian being the heir to the house right now, like you're probably groomed in a way where you were taught not to let your emotions get in your way, and you took that lesson seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. And he's always like we kind of did before. Paul's getting me out of trouble all the time. Like I'm a crazy younger brother.
Yeah.
Everything's maximum. Like, yeah, hate somebody, 15. Suspicious somebody, 15.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
I mean, suspicious picks is at 15 for me.
Okay, fair.
All right. So returning home from here, is that the game plan?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. You arrive, and as you're arriving, you guys have other siblings like Flint and Paul.
Yeah.
One of them comes bounding out. Your youngest is your brother Terrent. So Terrent he's just been like an eager kid. He's nearing, like, last time you saw him was in the fall. It looks like the kid finally hit puberty. He's now he be 15 years old. So that's Terrent now. You see him, he's still smaller, like he's more like Gwyn's size than Kian's size. Like I think Kian has a bigger size than Gwyn. Let me just verify that. Oh yeah. Yeah, Kian's max size for a Cymric. So Kian is a very large Cymric man. And
roughly the size of a barge.
God, he's roughly the size of a barge.
So every last inch of him. Hair.
It's true that is one of the things too. I'm hairy.
This is great.
No one fights like Kian.
Right. But Gwyn is still like, he would be a touch above your normal Cymric man. Like 12 if your average was a 10, Kian is a 12. Or not Kian, sorry, Gwyn is a 12. So he's a bit above the average.
I'm a bit above it. Yeah.
Yeah. Terran is about the size of your average man, maybe a head shorter right now, but he's 15 and could still grow. He comes running out and to see the both of you. What do you guys think your relationships with him would be? Like, do you guys look at him positively, or is he your annoying younger brother, or a bit of both?
B.
Okay.
B.
I think I look at him positively.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I can't stand him. Like, he comes out and I'm already sighing. It's like,
he comes running out.
God, this guy.
Kian, you guys are back. He's got a smile.
Yeah, he would know that too. He would go to Kian because he knows if he comes to me, he won't get anything from me.
Yeah.
It's like, aye, boy, we're back. You want to ride in with us?
He nods.
I'll reach down my hand and pull him up.
Right, he'll bound up, and as you get a little bit closer, your sister Dinwyn can be seen. She's riding back. She herself is what is it? She's 18 now. And you see that she's wearing like her riding wear, like armaments. But it looks like she's just practicing her charges on the horse.
Pause right there for a second. I
Yeah.
turn around and raise my eyebrows at you guys.
Cousin, Dave. Where's cousin?
Oh.
Just want to establish that.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
He's
I don't know if
like-
that's still acceptable. Never mind.
He's like,
It's probably
whatever.
acceptable. Yeah. Like, is it one of those moments where Corin's like, "Who's that?" Oh, it's my cousin.
What is Bob? What is she? Is there an established like personality that Dinwyn has? Like,
She's a ginger.
Sorry, I got it wrong. Aryan Win.
Oh,
is the
Aryan, yeah,
is the warrior one.
Because if Dave does that, I'll be like, yeah, you give her, buddy. Good luck to you.
She'll get you and make soup out of you.
Yeah, and I'll just nod and chuckle.
Yeah. Though your mother your mother used to be militis herself, right? She was actually the better rider than your father. But she retired to have a very large family. Well, I guess not very large, but pretty large family. Aryan Wyn definitely took after her. She's always been a bit more hot-headed. What you notice from her though is like she definitely looks like, seeing her on the horse, it's actually pretty impressive. Like she's a good rider. Like she would actually keep up with most of the militis at this point. So it's just kind of, I think it's your first moment seeing her as like an adult, right? Riding with the armaments and stuff. You're like, wow, she's good.
Nice.
She goes to pull up to the three of you. Being hospitable to some degree, she greets the guests of the house. She says, "Corin."
Milady.
I
don't know how
Yeah,
I
yeah,
appropriately.
that's perfect.
I don't know what the response would be.
Your character probably has no idea because not a lot in the way of militant females in this setting. Bit more than like your traditional setting, but like the Cymric don't care. They're not nobles in the way that like Romans or someone are, right? But even still, yeah, it's not that common. So you probably would give pause. Makes sense. What about Paul and Flint? Like, what do your characters think of your hot-headed warrior sister?
I worry she's going to get herself in trouble one day.
Fair.
I turn around and raise my eyebrows again.
I worry that she may be able to outdrink me and pick up more people at the bar than
It's
me.
a bit of a rivalry then.
Yeah, like internally he has like total respect for her or whatever, but he legitimately worries about that. It's like she's like strong, she's a woman, she's like good looking. I'm like, I don't want my sister taking away my game. Like I don't like it when she comes.
You don't want her showing you up.
Yeah,
Right.
I legitimately, yeah. He's but really he's just like, yeah, she kicks ass and that's great. But as long as she does it away from when I'm trying to do something.
Yeah, just don't
do it over
don't
there.
crap my
Yeah,
style.
do it over there. That's exactly it. Do it over there.
Okay. With that, she looks at the two of you, and I'm gonna give all three of you an intrigue test here.
Okay.
Intrigue. Oh, there it is. Oh, I'm really good at this. I'm intrigued, but not successfully intrigued.
All right.
I am also not successful.
I am
Neither
not
of
good
us
at
are.
intrigue.
You just don't pick up on like the look on her face necessarily, but she's like, when you all get settled, Mother'd like to speak to the two of you.
How
Very
did,
well.
how did she seem?
You ask her that, she kind of looks down and then looks back up.
That good, huh?
A messenger came from the Civitas. She won't tell me anything.
All right.
She looks frustrated, but your failed intrigue, you can't pick up on like her inner, you know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. That's fair. Yeah, I'll just I don't know. I'll look at Ian and I'll just be like, we should go. Let's not make Mother wait.
Oh yes, we wouldn't want that, would we?
No.
Like and as you kind of start to go, like Corin has fulfilled like his goal, which was to bring you here, you know, escort you back here safely. But you were also talking about potentially going out to investigate the Picts. So I think seeing him linger a little bit, your sister would turn to him and just be like, do you want to come in for a drink or a meal while you wait?
Absolutely.
It's a drink or a meal. Those are the only two choices.
Dessert to follow.
Is it? He just can't help but be the oh yeah guy. Oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And we know this too. We know this.
Doesn't matter who's there. He's like the Todd. Like he's just.
Yeah, he's Todd. Yeah.
My lust level is 16, so it's kind of.
That's fair.
That's kind of paramount.
And to say that this sort of thing would be unlike a Arthuriana is just simply not the case. So, all right. So, Gwyn and Cian, you end up in front of your mother Margit. So Margit has acted as like the steward of the household, and before that, she was kind of like the regent, waiting for Cian to come of age, between Ian's death and Cian's, you know, adulthood. So now she has less of a role, but she still serves as like your steward. Like she looks after the daily management of the house, so to speak. Well, Cian looks after the leadership of it. It'd be a formal role of any household. The two of you end up finding her. She's actually out back near the small river that runs beside your house. More like a creek.
Okay. Getting a small deer.
Right. Oh, you know what she's doing? She's practicing falconry. So she has her leather. I forget the name of it, but you know, the leather that covers the arm so that she doesn't get marked.
A little
up.
gauntlet kind of thing. Yeah.
And well, let's just see how she does.
Gwyn never was very good at this. There's too much patience involved.
She succeeds. Yeah, you see it returns with a small like ferret or something of the sort.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah. She stops at what she's doing though, and she turns to the two of you. The bird sort of flutters its wings as it lands.
Mother.
Good, you're back.
We are. Oh, I guess we're gonna have to do something with this kid.
Yeah, and good point. And she's like, and this is?
This is a long story.
Well,
maybe not so much long, but disturbing. This is the only survivor of a small hamlet we rode through as Corin was taking us, leading us home.
On our cousin's lands, but not too far away.
Not too far at all, but an hour's ride.
Who was it this time? Picts, Irishmen, mountain men?
Picts.
Dirty picks.
The two of you have been summoned, or rather our house has. I thought it best that you make the decision, Kian. It's yours to make.
Where would we have been summoned to? Like to London, or?
To our people's capital, Veraconium.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. And when do they require us, Mother?
They wish you to attend their Easter feast. If you're to be there on time, you'll have to start right away. First thing in the morning.
Have we ever gotten there before?
Yes, you have. Okay. So here's the thing about this. This is like the biggest center of trade around you. And though you guys tend to live off the land, there's a lot to be had in this very, for its time, modern city, right? Picture the Dark Ages and like everything bad that comes with it, with these little pockets of culture that have access to things that like otherwise wouldn't be available to the everyday person. That is what Veraconium offers you. On top of that, you guys have feasted there at Easter, and depending on what your thoughts are about, like, well, you're all pagan. The say what you want about the British and Roman Christians. When it comes time to celebrate their religious holidays, they let loose. So because it's filled with all sorts of beautiful Roman women and lots of fancy drink and good music, it tends to be like a week of partying. At least for you guys. That's probably what you guys do.
Sounds relevant to people I know's interests.
Corin and I are already riding. Kian turns around and he's just like, what the hell? They're already on their later. We're gone already.
Forget the village.
Yeah. Here, take the kids.
What village?
Okay, awesome. Okay, so we know that stuff. That's good.
I'll give you both an intrigue test again.
Oh, I succeeded that time.
So close, Paul.
So close.
My house rule too is if you get if you have under a 5 in a skill and you succeed, I just give you an automatic tick, right? Because it's like that growth of like, hey, you succeeded at something you suck at. Here's some auto growth, right? For intrigue 10, Clint, you can tell there's something else like on your mother's mind, but she's not being like super forthcoming about it. Like she's hesitating.
Okay. I'll just say then, is there anything else, Mother? Then I'll wait. If she doesn't answer right away, I'll say, you seem a little troubled.
Do you recall last year when they offered the summons to the city? To all in the land. Londinium was where it was met.
I do. I do vaguely remember that.
It was to address the problems that our tribes face against the invaders.
Mm-hmm.
There they agreed they would write Rome and request the aid of Rome. I suspect the results are not as we hoped.
Oh. And is that why we've been summoned?
It makes mention that Rome has written a reply. If it was good news, they would have just said it.
Right.
But this is a call to all of the tribes of the Cornovii. Or all the families of the Cornovii. To the 5 great houses.
Let's see. Well, I guess there's really no telling until we get there. Not for sure.
No.
I think he's trying to unsuccessfully, he's trying to sort of assuage fears of whatever she's thinking. Like he just doesn't really know what to say to her.
Mm-hmm.
Mother, we look to your counsel on the other matter with the Picts an hour away. Should we deal with that before we go?
Well, I can give you my counsel. I think the news in Virconium needs to be heard. It needs your input as our household lead. If you think there's enough time for you to gather the Militis and deal with the Picts first, without missing the Easter feast, then by all means. Otherwise, we could always look to some of your Militis. And you know exactly what she means when she says that. There's your house, which is like Cian and Gwyn, like the noble house. And then there's your bastard brother Halwyn and your cousins, Madog and Darren, right?
Yeah.
Like, you have other Militis. They're not the best organized, though. Like, they're good enough as standing soldiers and cavalrymen, but they're not necessarily they're not trained like nobles like you guys have been.
And I would say I would just pipe up to you on, if we get to deal with the Picts, it's all that much more to celebrate when we get to the feast.
That was where I was leaning as well. Then we have no time to lose. We must gather our family, gather our soldiers, and make haste.
Agreed.
Okay. Are you leaving any of your Militis behind, or are you mustering the full group? So you have a couple of uncles, 3, I think, is what I'm counting. 1 on your mother's side, 2 on your dad's. You have Corin, obviously, is someone you can summon, even though he's part of a minor house. Correction. And you also have Corin has one other knight that serves Philip's house, which is like your extended family. Basically, like
okay.
Your grandfather ended up having a bastard with a chambermaid, and that child ended up being a knight or a cavalryman in service to Corin's house and Philip's house. So.
Always been a fan of Grandpa.
So you got without counting exactly, I think you got about a dozen or about 10 Militis. How much or what do you want to do here, Paul?
With our rolls, how many Picts would you say we're chasing?
Probably about 15 to 20.
I would say 10 of us total would be sufficient.
Okay. At that point, Terran, your youngest brother, comes bursting in.
Of course he does. I'm gonna be like, is it possible for you to be any louder?
He looks to Gwyn in size.
Listening around the corner, are we, Terran?
I can fight too. Take me.
You're not quite young enough or old enough. Perhaps you can be a shield bearer for us or something. I don't know.
He says, I'll carry your supplies. Be your support.
How old is he, Bob, again?
What say you, Mother?
15.
15?
I think she's got a soft spot because that's her baby boy. So she's probably like, I don't think that's wise. I mean,
come, Mother. I killed my first man at 16.
She kind of looks to Gwyn like, can you talk some reason into Key in here?
I'll be like, okay, listen. It's less about his age and more about his stupidity. He's not someone who we can trust. And then I'll look at him and I'll be like, sorry, it just had to say.
What if we brought Aryan Wen to keep him in tow?
I don't know, like maybe let's ask her. Let's see what she thinks. Like, have you proved? I'll look at him. Like, we've been away, so what have you done? What have you done to prove that you're an asset, not a liability?
I've been riding. I've been practicing.
What else have you been practicing?
With a spear and a shield.
With who?
Aryan Wen. He sounds reluctant to mention that part.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I'm gonna go get her.
Yes, good idea. Fetch her.
I'll be right back.
Right. So
yeah, I'll go get her, Bob, and I'll bring her. Like, I want her to tell me or whatever it is in front of Mother too.
Yeah, Dave, make a gaming roll for me.
Gaming. Oh boy.
All right. Apparently, she's really good at gaming. So as you come in,
letting her win.
Yeah, you're playing.
Playing the long game.
You're playing the knife game, is what you're doing. So you both got your hands sprawled out on the table, and you're just shoving the knife between every finger.
Jesus.
You take 1 point of damage as you stab yourself. As the others come in. She's like, "Ha! I win. I win."
By her femininely wiles. Okay, where do I write down 1 damage?
You just go over to your hit points and you
current hit points.
Yeah, you just type in 1.
Okay.
It kind of counts up.
Oh, okay.
When it reaches your actual hit points, it's bad.
Okay.
Actually, when it hits your unconscious, that's bad.
Aaron, right. I'll say that I do it too. Like, I'll first, like, when I come around, I'll be like, Aaron Wynn, and when I say that,
yeah,
Dave looks
Dave up and stabs himself.
Orin looks up and stabs himself. Yeah. I'm like, oh, yeah. Sorry.
I'm gonna take this opportunity to just walk a little closer to my mother and like talk under my breath to her if I can.
Yeah. What do you say?
He's only getting older, Mother. You can't protect him forever. He has to be tried by steel.
One sec. I'm gonna do something here.
That does sound pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Okay. She'll nod slowly.
Okay.
You speak counsel, truthfully. But my heart warns me otherwise.
I know, it's hard. It's hard, Mother, I understand. We have to test his mettle.
She'll just nod again. Alright.
Yeah. I'll Aaron Wynn, I'll just say, Aaron Wynn, I need Mother needs you. We need to there's a discussion we must have. It's fairly important.
Fine.
If you will. Yeah.
She seems annoyed that she's got to leave the game. But
I also seem sad.
Yeah.
Sad puppy eyes.
I'll whisper at Corin. Like when she passes by me, I'll look at him and whisper. I'll be like, "Bang!" Okay,
right.
yeah, we'll take her back.
Okay. Are you inviting Corin along with you?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you might as well.
Otherwise,
I know he's practically gonna follow behind her anyway, so I'll might his ass.
Yeah, you also know he's gonna, the muster's gonna come pretty quick, and he's one of your militaries. So.
That's right, exactly. Yeah. He might as well be there. Yeah. So when we get back, I'll just say, Aaron, what's his name again, Bob? The young guy?
Tarrant.
Tarrant. Is it Tarrant with a T?
Tarrant. Yeah.
Tarrant. Tarrant tells us he's been practicing with the spear and shield.
If you call falling off your horse practicing, she says.
There it is, and there it is.
He says that only happened twice.
So now that we're here and Aaron is here, I'll say we're to go deal with some Picts who recently raided, pillaged, killed, and burned a small hamlet on our cousin's territory here.
She nods and she says, I'm of age. She looks to your mother. She says, can I ride with them? I need...
See, now this I wouldn't have a problem with. I'll say that to mother.
Yeah. Your mother, Margaret, looks to Kian and says, another tough decision. We can outfit one more militis. She is of age, but by right, it should be Terrence.
Yeah, but she knows how to ride a horse.
He nods. Or she nods, rather. Margaret nods. Terrence says, I can ride too. I just need a couple more years. She's 18, I'm 15. I'll be that good when I'm 18.
So you're saying you wish to stay home, Terrence?
No. No? Look, I won't be a problem. I won't get in the way.
I mean, I'll look at Kian. I'll just say, brother, it is ultimately your decision. I yield to you, of course. I just want to make sure we're prepared.
Perhaps you're right. Terrence, I don't want to disappoint you, but we must also keep you safe. Perhaps when we return from the capital, we can train together some.
All right. I'm going to test his proud here. See how much of a baby he is about this.
I can't wait.
Oh, yeah. he looks at you and he's like, that's not fair. He's like, I want to go. And with that, he kind of he runs off like a child.
That's what I thought.
Margaret takes a deep sigh of relief.
Well, Mother.
Would you like me to send the servants out? Rally your...
Yes, let's rally, muster, be on our way.
I'll just kind of nod.
Okay. All right. So, I don't know how advantageous it is to try to jump into this kind of action, like, this late. Maybe it'd be worthwhile just to kind of park her here at about the hour marker, and like it's a pretty good like pivot point for the next time because we'll be right in the thick of things.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. I liked I like that first session. It felt really clean. Like,
I was gonna say,
yeah, it was good. It was good.
This is super fun. The other one was good too, but this I got a really good feeling of this. Like, seriously.
Dave, sorry to park you to the side for so long, man.
Oh, that's okay. I was hanging out with a red-headed hottie, so we might be related, but
Can't wait.
That was how it was done back in the day.
Yeah, that's fair.
I got
just,
rose.
Just call me Jamie Lannister.
It's not that closely related.
No, this is great, Bob. I really like it. Looking forward to doing it. Seriously, this is fantastic.
Yeah, this is fun.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, guys.
And I like our relationships, like the three of us. I like how we've done there and how it's worked out. Like it's gonna be really good.
Yeah, it should be fun to play out.
It's rolling pretty naturally for me, which is nice because it doesn't always.
Me too. Yeah, exactly. Especially first second.
Yeah, I liked when you guys volunteered to be brothers because I wasn't necessarily thinking in that mentality until you guys said it, and I'm like, no, that's perfect. Now we can just put the emphasis on one house, like, you know, with David recommended being a relation anyway, so this is like perfect. Now you're attached to something already. I don't have to try and invent something that
totally,
you know. But cool.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Super fun. I'm totally pumped.
Yeah, mapped. Now I've got a week to find that dongle.
Off you go, Paul.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week.
Right.
Yeah.
Good night, gentlemen.
Have a good night.
Bye.